So y'all are gonna constantly be around people. So just keep that in mind when that happens, because we will also be doing workshops, which involves you with working with other people. So if you clash, I'm not saying that you guys do, but if you clash with other people sometimes, you might want to like think about either making yourself get better at that or rethinking what you want to do in FCCLA, because there's a whole bunch of other things that you can do. Me and her, we did event management. So last year when we were here at Dayslow, we planned our 8th grade farewell dance, or the last dance that we were gonna have here. We won first place at regionals, won first place at state, and we won top 3 at nationals. So we made it a long way, because there's a lot of people who will not get to nationals at their first year or their first couple times of being in FCCLA. But one thing you got to admit to yourself, something that we had to learn the hard way, just because you don't get first does not mean you did not do a good job. So with us, when we were upset that we didn't place a better, we didn't get first or second place at least. We got third. But you got to think about what Ms. Hubble said. You got to think we were competing with the entire United States in our division. So it was all 9th graders. There was like over 100 different teams that were fighting for that, at least the top 10. But be proud of yourself if you're even recognized. Like, don't take that for granted. That's one of the biggest things that I can tell you. Always be proud of yourself, even if you feel like, oh, I could have done this better. You're gonna feel that way. Trust me, even if you are the best, which all of y'all will, because you have Miss Hubble. Y'all always gonna be the best. But don't let it get to your head too much, because that's when you start with the mishaps. You start messing up, you start stuttering. They will deduct points for that. Any little thing, you can have a missing paper that's on the rubric. Pay attention to the rubric, please.
And give that example.
Yeah, the rubric is really important, because that also determines how on the scale, right?
Yeah.
How good your project was, and we followed everything on the rubric. Just you always have to make sure that you're following the rubric, because that you can, like Angelina said, it will deduct points.
When we were at Dallas, we had another group that could not find this piece of paper that was required to be in their folder. So last 10 minutes until they had to leave, because don't be there on time. If you're on time, you're late. Be there early, because there are people who don't pay attention to the time. Something that we had to learn the hard way, because our schedule got bumped up, but we were already in the area, so we were quick to go there. She will keep you on your toes. Miss Hubble will keep you on your toes. The only thing is that if a group doesn't show up, they're cutting it off. You're disqualified. If you miss your appointment with the judges, you are disqualified instantly. They do not play the late on time.
Yeah,
you want to at least be 30 minutes. Yeah, it might be a little boring, but it's almost like if there's a difference between you being seen by the judges and you being excused from your competition. So if you go to nationals, which y'all all will,
Yep.
there's no I might, it's I will. She's gonna drill that into your head. You all will go to nationals. But if you miss your appointment, you did all that work for nothing. You put your time for nothing.
And how many months did we work?
We worked the entire 8th grade, the entire school year. Up
And
until your regional competition, all the way up until the summer.
Yep.
If you are going to commit to FCCLA, please know that your weekends, some of those weekends, you will have to come to school to do your stuff. You can't be just working on the stuff in class. You have to be self-disciplined enough to do this stuff on your own. Get with your group, get with your people. You might want to be doing all this stuff with your friends. And yeah, that's what me, Bailey, and Finn did. We were all friends, but we kept each other accountable. Last year, there was still a lot of COVID cases going around. Them two got sick, but we were still FaceTiming during the after-school meetings, getting our work done, or people were working on at home. If you feel that your partner is not putting in the work that they need to be put in, and you've told them countless and countless times, please don't wait till the last minute to tell someone. Tell Miss Hubble right away, because she will, and I mean she will cut them off so fast and she will find someone else for you. She wants y'all to succeed, and if that means cutting off a person who's not doing what they're supposed to be doing or not putting in their piece of effort, she will cut them off. That's what happened. Who was it? Who else? Who did we have to cut off? Okay. Yeah. There was a couple of girls who weren't following the rules, who were slacking off. My friend had to do her entire project by herself. And at the end of the day, they forgot to go take the project from the venue, because she did all the work by herself. She wasn't in charge of going to go get it, but the venue threw her piece away. So she had to redo everything for state. You need to keep up with whatever you're doing. Virtual portfolio, your trifold, whatever it is, you need to keep up with it. Because you lose it, there goes all your progress, and you got to start from scratch. So.
All right.
And also, when you're president or you're running for office, you also have to know that comes with a big responsibility with keeping up with your grades. And if you're an athlete, always make sure to make time to at least try to come to the meeting, and if you can, Ms. Hubble know. But just know that you running for office, it comes with a huge responsibility.
You might think, yes, being an officer here, it comes with a lot of perks. I was her right-hand person. I was always going back and forth for stuff that she needed. If a president or the vice president wasn't there, I filled in their spot. But it comes at a price. Your president, whoever is gonna run for it, yes, it is amazing to feel like the president of this chapter. You will feel so good when you start advancing in the FCCLA. The more years you do it, the funner it gets. It might be really stressful this year, because it's y'all's first year. It is stressful, don't get me wrong. Like, I don't know how many times we cried over this, like, entire ordeal, this entire FCCLA thing. And you might think about quitting. She almost quit. She was an athlete. She had a whole bunch of stuff on her plate. And there was a time where she was like, I'm gonna drop out. She made room, she talked to her coaches. The key thing for y'all is gonna be communication. Y'all are 8th graders, so there's like a whole bunch of, you wanna try to get your grades up because this is y'all's last year, and this is what affects your GPA when you go to high school. Y'all cannot be messing around with y'all's grades. There was a lot of people who could not go. You will get held back. If any of your teachers, it doesn't even, like, if it's an elective, if you're failing anything, you will not go.
Correct. And I had to cut them off.
Miss Hubble had cut off a whole bunch of people and told them literally 3 days before we had to leave, you're not going, you're failing, you're not going. It don't matter if you put in all the work for it. She'll be thankful for the work. She'll understand you did the work, but if you're not passing, you're not going. So don't go telling other people, not saying that y'all will, but it has happened with us and with our chapter. People were failing, they were just they were telling their teachers, oh, well, I'm going to this competition, like, can you at least give me a passing grade? It has happened, the teachers have done it. When they told Miss Hubble told them no, that they weren't going and that you could put their failing grade in the grade book. So, just keep them grades up. I mean, it's hard, yeah, I get it. But overall, if you're getting good grades, you're advancing in nationals, you will get recognized. We went to, I don't know how many school board meetings and was recognized by the district for winning.
And by the superintendent as well.
You'll learn to get all your stuff done. And even if you might think, oh yeah, I'm just gonna do this here and I probably won't come back, you're going to want to come back.
All right.
It may not seem like it, but you're gonna want to come back.
Okay, Maddie, what about your experience?
Oh, me with mine?
Okay. Bailey, go ahead.
My experience was, I would say overall, it was a good experience because also you do a lot of walking, so make sure to bring, cause the girls, they have to wear flats, so wear comfortable flats, cause I had to switch shoes with one of the boys, cause my feet were hurting. But it's a lot of walking in all of them actually, in regional, state, and nationals. But like Angelina said, make sure to keep up with your work, and like I said, if you're an officer and you're running for officer, make sure to stay on top of your things, because like Angelina said, Miss Hubble will cut you off and you probably won't be happy, so.
Okay, Maddie.
My experience overall was really great. I got to learn so much things. The section I competed in was toys that teach. I created toys for a certain age group, and that falls into my future career, which is a child therapist, so I get to learn more about child development and all that. I will say that if you are scared, it is completely okay. It's your first time, completely understandable. But how do I phrase this? Fear is something that's going to stop you, and you don't want that to stop you because you want to continue going to get all the way to nationals, because that's where you need to go, is nationals. Super important. I'm not trying to like put pressure on y'all, but it's really important that you get there, because that means that you have the creativity, you are smart enough to do all of this, and you'll feel better about yourself. Just like, I got it, I did it, I got all the way to nationals, and I got a high ranking.
And
you
just
feel really good about yourself.
my brother, just think about this. One, y'all aren't just doing this for yourselves. You're doing it for your school. You're doing it for your family. Like, it may not be, and it may not seem like a big deal, but for a lot of us, like a lot of people, they had families who are like, oh, good job, you did this. But to be able to say that you won a national competition in less than a year, and you were able to climb those ranks, you're gonna feel awesome. Your self-confidence is progressively by each competition, it's gonna jump up. Read what the judges have to say for your feedback, because you cannot change your project once you finish it. When you finalize it, you finalize it. For us, we had to do event management. Our binder is in the red, so we progressively had to add based on what the judges told us, and that's how we made it to nationals.
Okay.
And be polite. There's, like, FCCLA has a lot of nook and crannies that look into how you behave. No, if and when y'all go to nationals, if you, for whatever reason, break a rule while you're out there, they will kick you out. You will have to find a way home.
Getting on a plane, coming back as soon as possible.
Not even. They don't book you a ticket. They don't give you gas money. They will call whoever, or you have to call. So if y'all think, oh yeah, I'm in nationals, I can play around, which none of y'all should, and none of y'all will be, but just know that you will get sent home.
It's
without a
self-discipline. Yeah.
Y'all will progressively learn about self-discipline, and you guys will actively be using it. But overall, just have fun.
Yeah,
Exactly.
also,
Have fun.
If you're staying in, cause y'all will be staying in hotels, don't be dirty. Make sure to be clean and be
Yeah.
clean. If you're staying with someone, like we had to share a room, you always have to be clean, in the hotel room, because we did have a couple of girls who were dirty. But
Might I add, it is okay to have strong emotions. It is okay to cry when you're upset, when you figure out you went to the next round, when you are stressed out. It is okay to feel those emotions. It is okay to cry whenever, because Miss Hubble and your other members will be there for you no matter what. Just talk to them, de-stress, relax, take a deep breath. Everything is fine.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all have a concern, like, don't, sorry, don't wait last minute. Like, if you feel that you can't go, or you have so much anxiety, or you're so stressed and you you won't be your 110% best when you go to represent yourselves, your school, your family.
Mm-hmm.
Tell Miss Hubble.
Don't tell me 2 days before we're about to
Don't
leave
tell
that
me
you
last
cannot
minute.
go, because we spent thousands of dollars on one student.
The district pays for everything. We had a girl who went to regionals. She went to state. She was gonna go to nationals, her parents, a week before we left, said, oh, she's not going anymore.
And that was over $3,000 that we had to pay for, that
And
we
there's
couldn't
a high
get back.
possibility that FCCLA might start having a flyer that if you, for whatever, last minute, with no excuse, say your child is not going, you pay that money out of
Yeah,
pocket.
exactly. Your parents will be paying for it. That's a new rule. So anyway, let's see. Do you have anything else before we end the meeting? Oh, okay.
How did y'all get over that fear? How were y'all scared at first? Okay, when you're going to walk into it, you get that fear, but once you start and you start talking to the judges, that slowly starts going away.
You start focusing
Yeah, you'll start.
on how much you enjoy it as you do it more, and eventually that fear will go away. The first time I presented, I was so scared. I could see and feel myself shaking really bad. Second time I did it, no emotions at all. Just did it. And I was like, oh my god, I did it. I did it. You know?
And Litzy is an amazing example as well. When she started my class, she didn't talk, and now you can't stop her, right?
And the second time I competed with Maddie, it was really good. It was a good experience. Everything was good.
It was a great team. So choose your team wisely.
Also, if you go to a high school that doesn't have an FCCLA group, talk to your teachers. Tell them what possibilities it has for your school. Mine and Angelina's school is new this year, so they don't have anything like that. So, like, no one really knows our school. So we talked to our principal, and we told him that if we win nationals, we get recognized by the district, and that would be really good to help start off our school.
All right.
Any
Any
other
questions? Okay, go ahead.
Don't have anything else, but
Any
Questions,
questions, guys,
comments,
before we end the meeting?
just like general things you wanna say. You will learn that this is gonna be your family. Like the amount of times we went to her house to plan, eat,
Party.
dance, laugh, this will become your family. Even if you don't get along with everyone in the room, eventually, y'all will become a family.
Yep.
But be prepared. When you go to state, when you go to nationals, not nationals, because nationals is in the summer, you don't have to worry about that. But when you go to regionals and state, you are responsible for upholding any missing work. You will leave, usually, for us, we left Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And we came back later that Saturday.
Wednesday, we left Wednesday.
Did we?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
For Waco?
Wednesday.
Thursday, Friday.
Yeah.
Okay.
hard?
Huh?
Was it hard?
Hard?
Was it hard or hot?
Hard.
Hard.
It depends how you feel and the people you're working with. Because if it's only a one-sided thing, it's obviously gonna be hard. But if you're working with everyone in your team, it's gonna
Yeah.
go.
And we'll make sure that the team is a team and they
Yeah.
collaborate.
And you're all
Okay?
together.
All right. Okay, can you please give our former DZ Hawks FCCLA a big hand? All right. Thank you so much, guys.